Are you new to the indie publishing world? Do you want to know if self-publishing is right for you? You've come to the right place, where you'll find tips, tricks, and the answers to the questions you've always had about writing, marketing, and self-publishing. Welcome to the Hot Mess Writer's Life. Help for the indie author with me, Lynn Howard. Hey y'all, it's Lynn Howard and welcome back to a Hot Mess Writer's Life, Help for the Indie Author. Today, we are going to talk about focusing your time on social media. My voice, I don't know what's going on, so if it's coming across on camera or through the microphone all scratchy, I don't know, it's been like this for a few days. I guess allergies. I keep being told I sound nasally and scratchy, so my bad. I'm sorry. I don't know. I feel fine. I don't know. So the first tip I'm going to tell you is you don't need to be on every platform. Early on, social media starting out and the self-publishing starting out, we were told that we needed to be on Twitter and Facebook and MySpace and all these platforms. The thing is, as time has gone on, I honestly don't even know how many platforms there are anymore. I know the big ones, the Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Insta, things like that. But then you got the Tumblr and the Reddit and the Pinterest and YouTube, and there are so many different platforms. You can't do it, guys. You cannot be on every one of them. So what I've always chosen was 1 to 3 for your book business, your author business. If you want to be on more than that because you like to stalk, I don't always post on TikTok. Sometimes I just like to watch the videos. Same with YouTube. These videos go up for the podcast on YouTube, but I don't really record for YouTube anymore because it was taking up a lot of time. Pick 1 to 3. The ones that you enjoy being on the most and the ones that you enjoy interacting with the most. Then you're going to learn those platforms inside and out. You want to learn, there were some new ones that came on the scene. It was a while back, MeWe and something else. I never could figure those out. I tried them. It was something new. I figured I'd go check it out. I don't even do it anymore. I forgot the direct.me. I don't even know. There's so many that just keep coming up. Back when MySpace was going on, my sister used to actually do my wallpaper for me, because I didn't know how to do it. Now, the Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok pages that I run, I do those myself. I figured those out inside and out. I may not know every single thing there is to know about the algorithms, but I know how to run those babies. I know how to post on those babies. I know how the reels work. I know how to edit, video clips on, TikTok, things like that. I just said, so many times in a row. But we're going to leave that in there because I'm a hot mess. Decide whether or not you want to run ads on these pages. And I'm going to segue into ads don't sell books on social media. They can. I'm not telling you they can't. I'm not telling you that there's not those flash in the pans, because you have seen success where people have, completely just blown up from their Facebook ads. But the thing is, we're on social media to be what? Social. We're not on there looking for a book. We're on there to be social. If you want to run ads on things like BookBub, run ads on things like Amazon, the places where people are to find books. Again, I'm not telling you you can't do it or you shouldn't do it, but what I'm telling you is do not invest a huge portion of your marketing budget on social media ads. You're going to build a following on social media. And what I mean by following is friends. Not your friends and your readers. Build a following, build a group, build your tribe, build your people. You can pick and choose who you have, who you're following on this page and who you allow to be friends on, like, say, Facebook. If this person's views, if their life, if their thoughts don't align with yours, you don't have to add them on there. There's no law that says you have to. And you don't have to follow someone, don't have to add them just because they're a paranormal romance author or just because they're an editor or whatever. If it's not aligned to your life, to your career, to who you are, it's social media. Social media. It should be fun, guys. It should be fun. And people are going to know if you're on there with an ulterior motive. If you hop on solely for the reason to grow your platform as an author, they're going to know. I don't know if it's because of the way you're posting. Yes, I do. It's actually because of the way you're posting. It's the way you're spamming people. But people will always know if you have ulterior motives. If I get a friend request, let's say Facebook, and I have X amount of people in common, even if I don't have something in common, I'll still go check out your page. You might be a reader. You might be someone that saw me comment on something and thought, hey, we're a lot in common and I'm going to friend this person. But if I go to your page and I see you're a member of an MLM, or if I see that every single post on your page is nothing but your books or nothing but whatever product you're selling, I'm deleting the request. You have ulterior motives. That's the only reason you added me, was because you were going to try to sell something to me. And yes, I'm an avid reader. I love, love, love to read. I'm always buying books. But if the only reason you added me was to sell your book, I'm out. I'm out. We will know if you have ulterior motives. Number 2, post regularly. Now, I'm actually kind of bad about this. I know I should. I know I should post, once a day at this time, and I'm very bad about remembering to do it every time. I have a lot of things that goes on. I have a lot of hats that I wear. But try to post regularly, and segueing off of that, schedule what days and times you're going to post. You don't have to post every single day, obviously. If you don't have anything to say, you don't have to post. But pick your schedule and your time to post whatever it is you're posting. And again, we're not posting only about our books. Show us your pets. Show us your writing office. Show us the beautiful path on the walk that you take every day. But pick your time and your date and schedule that, and try to remember to do it regularly. I just said don't post about your books every time, but huge but, do post about your books sometimes. I am terrible about that. I don't know what it is. I have a personal page. I have a fan page, or author page, not a fan page, author page. I have people who are in my personal life and have been in my personal life for a very long time who didn't know I was an author, because I don't post about my books or my author life that much on that page, on the personal page. So do post about your writing process, about your books periodically, maybe once or twice a week. But don't post every single day about your books, because it comes off spammy and salespersonish, and nobody wants that. So do post about your books, just not every day. Post tips, writing tips, life tips, health tips. Post funny memes. Post about your pets. I love pet posts so much. And then I'm going to tell you this, whether it's somebody in your life, a stranger, a reader, reviewer, anything, ignore, block, and delete the trolls. If they are not there in your life to lift you up and support you as an author and in your life, period, you don't need them there. I actually have a family member who I have silenced because his beliefs and views and my beliefs and views do not align. We are very opposite. Love this person dearly, talk to this person regularly, but their Facebook page is silenced because I don't need that. I don't need to see it. You're allowed to do that, guys. It's not real life. It's social media. Now, I just said I have a personal page. I have an author page. You can choose to do that. I have a pen name and I have my real name. My pen name is actually very close to my real name, but I have my personal page that I keep separate. I do periodically, because I forget a lot, post about my books, but that's my personal life. That's my dogs. That's my car shows. That's, when I do my retro hairstyles, updates and funny. The other day I was playing Top Gun for a 14-year-old, and I said, yeah, this movie was made before you were born. And he says, so what, like 2004? Yeah, that got posted on Facebook. Like 2004, that's so long ago. OMG. Talk about feeling decrepit. But if you have a personal page and a book page, you can separate the personal life and the book life. On your book page, you may choose to have all writers, agents, editors, publishers, other authors, illustrators, readers, and you all enjoy talking about your bookish things. I do talk about book things on my fan page or my author page, but I also talk about personal things like my animals, but not overly personal because that is my other life. I do post book requests. Hey, I'm looking for this kind of book. Or, hey, I need help naming this character. So if you have two separate pages, you can separate your personal life from your work life, and it gets a lot less confusing and it annoys people a lot less. Now, if your family is aware and your friends are aware that you are a writer, definitely make sure you post a couple times on your personal page about your work world. But I have heard of people, because of what they write, maybe they're a teacher and they write erotica, they can't post anything on their personal page about that. So at that point, strictly an author page, strictly under their pen name, maybe tell their best friends about it. At that point, you definitely want to keep those separate. Now, I said before, do not try to be active on every single social media. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because the reason we're on social media is to be social. You want to form connections. You want to form friendships. There is no way to be active without being overwhelming. You cannot be active on every single social media page and form true friendships and true connections without being completely overwhelmed. I got to tell you, another thing is there's some pirating issues going on. I'm not going to say names of the platforms, but there's been some pirating issues going on in some of the platforms that has come out recently. And my biggest tip on not being active on every platform is, do you want to learn the new TikTok trend or use a new Instagram, trendy sound? Or do you want to write your next book? What's more important, writing the next book or playing on social media? And that goes for, by the way, that goes for scrolling as well, because we all know it's a time suck. We all do it. Now, I've already said about scheduling your posts, picking a day and a time, but actually try to plan them out ahead of time as much as possible. My editor / personal assistant, virtual assistant, whatever you want to call her, she actually helps me with this. Like, I'll tell her, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about that. And she'll actually write up this long list for me and name my podcast for me. So that way my brain starts going, and then I write my script, I send it to her. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something. And she'll go through and help copyright more of that. I can get several podcasts and videos planned way ahead of time. My new podcast, Are You Worth It?, which is all about, inner peace, self-worth, self-love, things like that. I've already got several podcasts recorded for that one. This one tends to be sometimes a day, 2-3 days, ahead of time, but I've always got the topics planned beforehand and I script them beforehand. But if you do that, if you batch them, it actually makes it a lot less stressful. A lot less stressful. Try to bulk prepare. Say you want to be the most active on Instagram and TikTok. Why not make a bunch of TikTok videos, change your shirt, change your hair, and a bunch of Instagram reels in one day and put them in your drafts. And that way, bam, 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 they're done. So you're not having to remember to go in every single day and change the lighting, turn the lighting on, put the makeup on, all this stuff. Just bulk prepare them. Get them all ready in your camera, in the drafts, get them ready. And you can even edit them beforehand and just put them in drafts. And then just plan them. I think 5 a.m. is supposed to be like the twilight for TikTok reels, but I'm not sure because, again, I like to play on TikTok. I don't do a lot of my book stuff on TikTok. I just like to play on it. And my videos aren't really all that revolved around my books either. It's mainly hot guys because, well, okay, that's bookish because there's hot guys in my books. So, yeah. But if you bulk repair all these at one time, you're not scrambling. Same with YouTube. If you want to be active on YouTube, you want a YouTube channel, try to bulk them all in one day. Change your shirt, change up your makeup or your hair a little bit, and try to record a month's worth of videos in one day. And then maybe the next day, edit a couple videos the next day. And then that way you're done. 1 week and you're done with your month's worth of videos. Because again, if you're scrambling, it becomes stressful. It doesn't become fun anymore. It gets overwhelming. And again, what's more important here? Making these videos, doing these trends, or is it more important to write your next book? Don't let others peer pressure you into joining a platform because you should. Okay, I hate should. It's like shoulding all over yourself. It sounds like a terrible word. A lot of authors being told that you should be on TikTok and you should be doing these trends with your books. TikTok is, again, social media, and people have very short attention spans. So to get TikTok famous, you go to Barnes and Noble and there are actually sections now famous on TikTok. To get to that level takes a whole lot of work and a whole lot of time. People are saying you should be on TikTok because of that. Well, should all over themselves. Because again, it takes time. What is more important to you? Writing your next book or doing what people tell you you should do? Shut the should up. How about that? Do the ones that make you happy and make sense. Period. Number 8, you want to start slow. Rome wasn't built in a day. I feel like I've said that so many times recently between the podcasts. Rome wasn't built in a day. You don't want to get a Facebook page. Let's say you open your author page, right? Susie Q, author. Don't go on and instantly just start adding hundreds of authors. First of all, I think they actually cap you. I think they limit you. I haven't done that in a long time, but they will actually cap you at so many in it because it looks like you're spamming. Start slow. Maybe add people you already know, start follow them, start interacting, and gradually start adding more. You don't want to jump in 15 different groups in one day and buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. Build relationships, build connections. But Lynn Howard's author page, just my author page, I have under 300 people on there. My personal page has close to 3,000. Guess what? That took a long time to do. That took a really long time to do. It's also a lot of different, conventions and book shows and car shows and things like that. But I'm not going through and worrying about adding hundreds of authors. I'm worried about building connections and friendships with the people that are on my page. That's what's most important to me. And, writing my next book. You also don't want to immediately start posting, 10 posts a day. You don't want to do that anyways. My son does that. Love him to death. But oh my gosh, I have him starred so I see every time he posts. And it's like I have all these alerts from my son. But you don't want to post 10 times a day, especially in the beginning, because people are going to silence you or unfollow you. Don't spam people. Don't instantly start, hey, buy my book. Do not, for the love of God, send them private messages asking them to buy your book. Don't ask them, can you send your book for a free, for a review? Please, for the love of God, don't do that. I don't like it when It Works does it. I don't like it when 30, I don't even know what these parties are anymore. Mary Kay, don't do that. That is spamming people. Don't do that. You're in social media to be social. Number 9, just because you're doing it your way does not make it the wrong way. You don't have to follow trends. You don't have to do the Lizzo dance, which I did, by the way, on TikTok. I did it finally. I was so scared to do it, but I did it. I did it, though, because I wanted to, because I thought the dance was cute, and not because I should do it. Doing it your way is not the wrong way. Be yourself. Be genuine. If you don't have to go on there and set up all these aesthetic Insta posts. It's not real life. And people are more and more starting to realize Instagram aesthetics are not real life. Yes, they're beautiful. Those posts are beautiful. The reels are beautiful, but it's not real life. Be you. Be your genuine self. And number 10, the last one I have for you, social media. does not sell books. Say it with me. Social media does not sell books. Social media is for what? We've said it a few times. To be social. Think of it this way. Okay, think of social media as a party. Are you going to walk into a party with your book, just thrust it in someone's face? Look at my book. You should buy my book. Do you want it free? If you leave a review, treat social media like a party, like you walked into a party. You're going to well, if you're an introvert, I'm an extroverted introvert, so I can walk up to people and actually say hello. By the time I get home, I'm exhausted, but you talk to people, you introduce yourself. What do you do for a living? Oh, that's great. And do you have any kids? It's social. You're there to build connections and friendships and your tribe. You're there to build your tribe. Let them see the real you. Let them love the real you. And if people contact you, whether it's readers, especially if it's readers, engage. Guys, readers are like us because we're readers too. And authors are like us because we're authors too. So if you message your favorite author, I know a lot of the big ones don't have as much time, but if you message your favorite author and they message back, they're just like us sitting in their pajamas with their pet probably sitting nearby and their cup of coffee and their snacks. We're all the same. We're all real people. So if your readers or, people contact you and they're being genuine, engage, form a friendship, talk to them. I have a couple, they started out as quote unquote fans of like my earlier work. And now they're some of my closest friends because we engaged and we talked and we share stories about our kids and our pets because it's social media. It's not the real world, obviously. So please don't freak out when you see an author posted, look at my bestseller tag, which it is very exciting. But it took them as much time as it's going to take you. Sometimes it takes a lot of time and a lot of work to get to that point. Social media is not there to break you down. It is not there to make you famous. It is there to be social, to be friends. That's what I have for you guys this week. I will see you next week. I have a very exciting guest coming up. I will probably announce it next week because I'm super excited. Until then, I'll see you guys. Mwah. Bye. If you've enjoyed this episode of A Hot Mess Writer's Life, Help for the Indie Author, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'd love if you'd leave a review. See y'all next time.